guys from LSU, we got guys from Arkansas that we signed, so they wanted a guy with experience to be there with those guys. So, like I said, everybody gets an opportunity. Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. But don't point your finger because I didn't, because you have to work hard to get it. Nobody's not going to say, okay, here's a contract, sign it, we want you here. No, you deserve that contract. So if you work as hard as you can, you'll get one. You know, even if you get ready to play in high school ball or the fall ball when you guys start playing, take it seriously because you never know who's watching you. There's always somebody out there watching you. And a guy like Russ, you never know if he's in the stadium. You know, he's always watching you doing this work and say, hey, this guy might be able to help this team. This guy might be able to help this club. You know, and that's what you do. You're like a salesman. Like if you're selling a car or something like that, you want to be the best salesman. So when you come out here, you're selling yourself. You're selling yourself. You're going out there, even if you hit a ball up in the air, you're still running as hard as you can to first base. Nobody hits the ball and put the bat down and like, damn it. No, you bust your tail to first base. You run as hard as you can. When I went to Cincinnati and got called up in the big leagues, Pete Rose called me in. Some of you guys might know Pete Rose or not, but Pete Rose called me in this office and he said, you know what? One thing in baseball that you can slump and catching a ball, you can be slumping and hitting, fielding, throwing sometimes and being a little radical at times, but you never slump hustle. Always run hard as you can. Always. And I think that's another reason why I got 17 years in the big leagues, because I played as hard as I can, as long as I can. Every time I hit a ball, didn't matter if it was back to the pitcher or it was a pop-up in the infield, I was on second base. I ran as hard as I can, so never feel that you can't not hustle. You hustle all the time when you're on the field. That's run on the field and run off the field. You never know who's watching you. You know, so what, you had a bad day. That's all right, it's always tomorrow. You know, correct yourself, go to the cage, see what's wrong. Why didn't I get this done? How come I'm still hitting balls back here? How come I can't hit off my front side or my back side? My coil is too deep. How come I can't, start hitting the ball the other way like I hit the ball left field? How come I can't use the whole field and drive the ball? This guy threw me 3 sliders. I still haven't made an adjustment yet. You know, it's a chess game. You got to figure it out. If you can't hit a breaking ball, I'm going to keep throwing you that breaking ball until you hit it. And that's at every level. If a guy find your weakness, he's going to keep coming at you just like that until you get better, until you improve at it. You know, you just can't be a one-dimensional player in this game. You got to show everything you got when you're on this field, because those are the guys get to the top. Like I said, I don't want to cut off your time because I can talk all day. You guys got any questions about anything? I'll be here roaming around with you guys a lot and watching you guys. If you want any questions, I'll be glad to answer them for you guys. All right?
Lenny, quick question. What would you recommend to these young guys at their age to improve as a hitter?
For these guys right now, I feel that it's day in and day out. I will always work on my weakness. I always know that I can bunt. I always know I can bunt. But the reason what I needed to work on was my hit and run, because I hit second a lot, and I know they want to put the runner in motion all the time. So I always worked on hit and run. Wherever they threw the ball at, I was just hitting it. I was just trying to hit it. Even in soft toss, I wasn't having a guy throw me the ball just right down the middle. I said throw it everywhere, because inside my head I'm imagining that I'm hitting, right, and I got the hit and run on, there it is, bam! I'm just trying to put the ball in play. I'm staying behind everything I see. I'm not in front of everything, because it's like a catcher. When you're receiving the ball, you want to catch the ball right here. You want to see everything out in front of you where you receive the ball, just like a catcher. If a catcher receives the ball, he want to be in position, setting up where if he's looking for the pitcher to throw the ball, he want to keep his whole body in front, just like an infielder. You want to keep everything in front of you. In order to keep the ball in front of you, you just got to make sure you have a wide base. You can't keep your feet together like this when you're taking ground balls or you're hitting. You got to make sure you're comfortable with all your weight behind you, even as a hitter. Your legs are important, because that's where you get your power from. Your legs are important.
You know, one of the things we've talked about is when you practice, think of game situations. We were taking infield yesterday. Think about that runner's coming in on your ass. You got to jump out of the way. You got to make the play. When you're up at the plate taking BP, think about that guy's going to throw you that ball outside. You're going to look in line at the right center. But let me tell you something. When you play the game, if you don't play it right, you're not fooling anybody. I mean, we can tell. You guys can tell because you've played. You go watch a game and you see a guy that's giving a half-ass effort, you're going to know it. We know it. You're not going to fool anybody. And the one person you're really cheating is yourself. You owe it to yourself to give it everything you got and let the chips fall. And as we've talked about all along, if you don't make it as a player, you can be a hitting instructor, you can be a scout, you can be a coach, you can be a front office guy. But you owe it to yourself to give it everything you got, plus what you do as a player goes in people's minds. Even if you say, you know what, that Lewis, he gave everything he had, he just was a little short. That was my career. I don't know if I gave everything I had, but I thought I did. So what, you fall short, but now they say, you know what, man, this guy's going to take that same work ethic into his hitting instructor's job, or his coaching job, or his scouting job. So it all sets the tone, man, sets the tone for your whole life. Plus, now you go to school, you play baseball, it doesn't happen. Now you go to a company, okay? Well, what'd you do? Oh, well, I played baseball in high school. I played baseball in college. You know what that tells a company? You know about teamwork. You know what hard work accomplishes. You know how to deal with failure. And you know how to be competitive. And companies love that. So being an athlete, man, is a big thing for everything.